Welcome to English Podcast Zone USA, the podcast that will take your English from okay to good and from good to great. I am Marco, your host for this show. Today's episode is for advanced learners. The name of the story is Strange Friends. Once upon a time, there were a cat and a mouse who lived together in a little house. Unlike others of her kind might behave, this cat did not chase or eat the mouse, which meant that they could be friends, and indeed they were. Everyone called them the Strange Friends, and they lived a peaceful life together in the city. But one dark day, the cat came and spoke to the mouse. "We must think of winter, my dear. It is bright and sunny now, but in a few months' time it will be dark and cold, and there will be hardly any food to eat. We should save something for the winter. After all, if you go out looking for food, a cat could eat you." "You're quite right, friend," said the mouse. "And I know just the right food to keep. Let's buy a pot of fat. It won't go off, and it's very versatile. You can cook lots of things with fat." So they bought a pot of fat and were about to store it in the kitchen when the mouse said, "Wait, we cannot keep it here. Can you imagine? Every day we'll walk past this pot of delicious fat and want to eat it. No, let us put it somewhere where we will forget about it until we need it. In the church, under the altar. Nobody goes to that church anymore, do they? Out of sight, out of mind." So they went into the church, hid the pot of fat under the altar, and then went home and promptly forgot about it. Or at least, the mouse forgot about it. But for the cat, out of sight, out of mind was not an accurate description of her thought process. In fact, she thought about the pot of fat very often. First she thought, what a wonderful idea it was to get that pot of fat. We will be very thankful for it in the winter. But as the weeks passed, she thought more and more about the fat, and her thoughts began to turn selfish. She fantasized about going and eating the fat. Oh, it would taste so good. So the cat came up with a plan. She went to the mouse and said, "Dear mouse, I have to ask you a favor. You see, my cousin has given birth to a beautiful little kitten with white and brown fur. He really is very special, and my cousin has asked me to come to the christening and be his godmother. As I'm sure you can understand, this is a great honor. Would it be all right if I left you to look after the house alone, just this one day?" Of course, said the mouse. "Family comes above all. Go and enjoy the christening, and if there happens to be some nice food or drink, bring a few crumbs back to me. In fact, I would love just a few drops of the wine. Christening wine is always sweet and delicious." The cat smiled and said, "I'll do my best." Naturally, the cat was lying. She had no cousin, and nobody had asked her to be godmother. She happily strolled out of the house and went straight to the church. She pulled out the pot of fat, opened it up, and licked her lips. It looked so good. The cat licked wildly at it, savoring the delicious taste, and she ate the whole top layer of the fat until she was quite full up. Then she went for a walk on the roofs of the city. She hoped to spot some dessert there, but finding none, she lay down in the sun and had a nap. She fantasized about the pot of fat again, licking her lips in anticipation of the next time she could eat from it. When she returned home that evening, the mouse said, "Well, you look like you've had a wonderful time. I suppose it was a good christening then?" "Oh yes, the best I've ever been to." "And what did they name the child?" The cat thought for a moment and then said, "Top off." "Top off," said the mouse. "I must say, I have never heard such a peculiar name in my life. Are there others in your family with that name?" "It is a perfectly normal name. Thank you very much. You have a godchild, don't you?" He's called Big Nose, if I recall. That's just as strange a name as Top Off. And with that, the conversation was over. The cat's fantasizing, on the other hand, continued strong. A week passed, and the desire to go for another secret meal filled the cat up, until she simply had to do something so once more. She went to her housemate and said, "My dear mouse, I'm afraid I must ask for your assistance again. My cousin has quite an active disposition and has already given birth to another child. I know. Can you believe such things? This one has a white ring around her neck, which is quite a rarity. They want me to be godmother again, and I am afraid I cannot say no. Would you be so kind as to look after the house one more time? No problems, friend. Go and enjoy yourself, and if you could possibly spare a few drops of that christening wine." "Oh, we drank it up so quickly last time, but I will try." Of course, the cat did not go to any christening, but to the altar in the church. And this time, she ate half the pot of fat, filling her stomach up to bursting. Food tastes much better when you don't have to share it with anyone else. Upon arriving home, the mouse of course asked her, what did they name the child this time? "Half Done," said the cat. "Half Done. Are you telling the truth? I have never heard of that name. I don't think you would find it in a single name dictionary in the country." "Then perhaps the dictionaries should be rewritten," grumbled the cat. A few days later. And what else could you really expect? The greedy cat got hungry again and once more fantasized about the fat. Well, if she had already gone this far, why not go further? "Good things come in threes," announced the cat to the mouse. "I have been asked to be godmother again. I have decided I must have some truly professional qualities to make me such a desirable godparent. Now, this child is black with white hands, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, makes it really quite a special kitty. I must attend the christening. Will you take care of the house while I'm gone?" Top Off, Half Done. Those names really do make me think. I wonder what name it will be today. Well, you just sit at home and wonder while I go and take part in the christening. So the cat headed off to the church. In the meantime, the mouse cleaned the house from top to bottom, and while she rested from her labors, the cat finished off the pot of fat. "It is so good to finish a meal," said the cat. "I simply felt so incomplete before. It was wrong of me not to eat all the fat in one go. But I have corrected my mistake. Yes, she was so full that she had a long sleep on the roof and did not return home until the late hours of the night." The mouse woke up from her nap and eagerly asked what they had named the third child. "You're not going to like this," said the cat. "He is called All Gone." "All Gone," cried the mouse. "Why, that is the strangest name of all. I have never heard such a name in my entire life. What could it mean?" Pondering these questions, the mouse went off to bed. After that day, the cat's cousin did not have any more children, and she was called to no more christenings. Winter finally arrived, and the cupboards ran empty, but the mouse was not put off by this. "It is a good thing we have that pot of fat," she said. "Let's go to the church and enjoy our food." "Yes," said the cat to herself, "although you might as well stick your tongue out of the window and lick the air for all the good it will do you." What was that? "Oh, nothing. I am simply looking forward to our food." But when they arrived at the church, the pot was as empty as an eggshell. "Oh no," said the mouse. "I see what has happened. I thought we were friends, but in fact you have betrayed me. While you were going to christenings, you were really off eating the fat. First Top Off, then Half Done, then—" "Do not finish," said the cat darkly. Just the sound of the names brought back memories of the delicious fat, and she was getting very hungry. If you say another word, I'll all gone, cried the mouse. And with that, the cat jumped on her and ate her up, because that is the way of the world. Cats eat mice, and cats get fat. Good boy. That was a fun episode, huh? I'm really feeling my oats today. Feeling your oats is like when you're a horse and you're eating your oats, and just like having a great time.